Oh, that's great. And I want to go back to, because we were at the end of the last show, we were just talking about this particular image, and then, and of course it was the question we didn't get to. You had a great opportunity, and can you share a bit about the whole McDonald's artistic process? And you were like Jumbotron type things in the middle of Times Square, and would you have ever, I mean, because you were appointed divinely, would you have ever envisioned that? Did you have to pinch yourself, or you were like...
Oh, I got a story for you on that one.
Okay.
So 2 hours from the call that I got from the CEO of the Harlem Arts Alliance that I belong to, I had looked at a video on Instagram, and the narrative was, if you're reading this, listening to this, watching this, you are meant to, and your life is about to change, surrender into whatever is getting ready to happen, because this opportunity is going to change your life. Whoa. Now, that was the reaction I had, whoa, and I felt it like as if that was, the speaker was talking to me, and I felt it in my gut. 2 hours later, I get a phone call from the Harlem Arts Alliance CEO, Mr. Volzer Rivers, and he's like, I put your name in the hat. I want you to submit to this art contest. I want you to be the visual artist that represents the organization for all the things that you are always doing for everyone else in the community. And then I have Katrina, who's going to be the coordinator between the McDonald's team and the Harlem Arts Alliance. She's going to spearhead getting the roundup of other artists to submit. I said, okay. And at first, as I'm looking at the details of what you have to do, I was like, maybe it's not for me. But I said to Katrina,
push yourself.
I had to shift, because Katrina and I had the conversation. She was like, girl, this is for you. You need to do it. This is yours. Your name's on it.
Is that our Katrina that I know?
No,
no.
Katrina? This is another Katrina. She works with the Harlem Arts Alliance. So they set up a Zoom meeting for us to be able to ask the questions and get some more clarity. And literally from the time we got off that Zoom at 11 a.m. that morning, the piece was due the next afternoon at 2 in the afternoon.
Just went like...
So I didn't have time to think about what and how or where. So I literally started reimagining this into a character, and the McDonald's Nugget project was what the spearheading of that was. So I turned it into the character, started pulling from all kinds of resources and referencing what I wanted to do with that, and I submitted 20 minutes before the deadline. And 2 hours later, I get a phone call saying, the minute they saw it come up on the screen, the McDonald's team was like, yes, this has to be one of them that we put into this rotation. And then they had a submission with other artists and what have you. So January 1st to the 7th, it went on the Jumbotron over the McDonald's restaurant in Times Square, which was one of the largest ones in Times Square.
That's that one like on 46 and between 46th and 47th, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And it was there for 24 hours, and it was surreal because over the door of the restaurant, literally my name was the width of that whole entrance of the McDonald's.
Yeah, and if you Google,
you can see
pictures, and I'll try to get one up in
but
here.
everybody kept asking me, was I excited? And it was surreal because divinely I was already being led into this.
And it was so fast, you were just swept into the thing.
But not only that, I was walking through Times Square a month before that and said, one day I have my work on the billboard in Times Square. And I felt it in my gut. And whenever I have that kind of feeling, it's more premonition than dream. So I just kind of go into surrender mode and say when it happens.
You got like the direct dial up top, because it happened like less than like a month or a month. That is crazy. I don't mean crazy.
That's how I know when something is divinely meant, and I just surrender because I didn't have time to think, feel, or question, and then everything just kind of lined itself up with it, for it, at it. So because I've had a lifetime of this happening, that there's a quiet reverence that happens when something beyond my imagination takes place. And it's not that I'm calm, it's that I know what God's working on. I know that versus
you don't fight it and get all stressed out.
Listen, it's so beyond me, it's bigger than me.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure I have that, but there are times there's things I can do and people go like,
Where did that come from?
I said, it's not me. Like even when I